Okay, this is live, just so you know. I gotta share all my stuff. No, this is when you can come over here with me outside, man. Welcome, everybody. I'm just getting all my stuff set up. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I will be back. I'm just going to grab a little bit of Coke because somebody sent me some whiskey, so I want to try this other bottle tonight, but I wanted to do it on live on air, but I'll be right back. We got a fantastic opportunity here tonight, too, at a short trade. We're going to see if it plays out, but I have a lot to explain here when we get started, so don't go anywhere. Everybody's getting in right now. What's he doing?
It's just hanging out in the room.
Is he?
Yeah. His door won't close all the way because the hangers on there, so it's stuck.
Oh, that's probably good. Is that wings, man?
Doesn't this look a lot better?
Fuck yeah. Kidding me? I know you have this over here, but that's fine.
Yeah, but that's going in the junk drawer. I still have to go through the junk drawer.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I think I'm going to move the junk drawer over here.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because then I could use that one for random cooking utensils with the...
Would make more sense. Our apple trees doesn't.
Because I was thinking about moving the silverware into that one.
That's a good idea.
There's 6 of them.
Yeah, they're coming up
And they
nice.
got tall.
Why aren't these coming up?
Maybe going too deep.
They'll eventually come up, right?
In theory.
Good with Okay, so welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let's see.
You forgot your Coke.
Nick Andrew, welcome in. Early indeed. Access, welcome. Choppa, what's going on? Welcome in. Sokol, Taylor May. Jurgen, welcome. It's a pleasure indeed, Access. It's a pleasure. JW, how's it going? The stakes turned out fantastic. Fantastic. I appreciate you asking. We need to get more. Nathan, what's going on? So I gotta go over once we get going here. I'll go over my trade that I had today. Most of you already know about it. I was in a V-chain trade, and it did very well for me. So I had. Well, we're gonna go over the charts first. Let me just get everything ready real quick. Okay. So welcome in, everybody. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I like to do these 8 to 9 p.m. Classes, episodes. We did one yesterday, but it ended up going until it was like a 3-hour class, but we were in a live trade, and it just made sense for what we were doing. So what we're looking at here right now, if we look at the overall market, we have Bitcoin closed under 30,000. So that was a big close for Bitcoin to close under 30,000. It really is. We've got, looks like we wanted to do a bullish divergence, but this is either going to play out one of two ways. This could be a fake out because the price action hasn't come fully through yet. We haven't come through on this bull flag at all. And the price action compared to the volume, we came down, but there's no volume to support the bring down. It's almost like it wants to come up one more time and get rejected at this price line, at the uptrend. It kind of looks like it wants to do that and then create the Batman. That's what it looks like to me. Obviously, there's no guarantee that that's what's going to happen. But that's what it kind of looks like to me it wants to do. And the longer we hold the 20-day, which we came down twice, but we're trying to get on the top side of 29,906. If we can do that, we're going to have a little bit of movement here. So, hold on, guys. This is kind of, I got to log this in, I think, because it's kind of, it's flickering on me. Nah, forget. Yeah. I don't like how it's doing that, but that's okay. Can you guys hear everything good? Jan, welcome in. I think everybody can hear everything good. So what does that mean for the overall market? So with XRP on the 30-minute time frame, we did fall through, and we had a rather big drop down here to the 100-day. But if you see the volume's not that great. It's not that great on the drop. So this looks like we're going to reverse back up here before it's all said and done. It really does. It looks like this is a fake out, and it looks like this could very well be a hidden bull flag here that might jump from this area. All right, awesome, Jan, and everybody who responded to that. I'm glad that you guys can actually hear me. I don't want to restart it because there's 24 people in here. And for only being on for like 5 or 6 minutes, I think that's great that all of you are already in here. It's awesome. I love coming on here knowing that right away somebody will be in here. So 1.7%, but obviously if you were doing a leverage trade, that would be something a little bit more. But we would go from here because that would be the proper breakup. But it looks like it's going to come up and retest us a little higher. And I base that on the fact that we have crashing price, crashing volume. That's a definite sign of a reversal back up. How far up we go, nobody really knows. But I really think we have an opportunity here. So I need to know what everybody thinks. We have enough people in here now. 28 to where we can decide now. Hey, Kenny, what's going on? I am not singing Sunny Days, so that would make sense. But welcome in, Kenny. I'm glad to see you. And for anybody who was wondering, I took that V-Chain trade earlier, and I did $1,000. Ended up making 300 or 280, whatever, 300. And with yesterday to today, you guys seen I had 2,080 something in my account. I ended up cashing out 425, and I have 2,150 something. So I was able to cash out $400 on Uphold. Try to, because I try to keep it at a certain level. And if we can do this right again tonight, we can make money again. Because last night our trade went beautifully. Anybody who was in the Theta long trade last night, the 20X with me, if it froze, then you're going to have to restart. But anybody who was in that trade last night on the show, we stayed on for 3 hours. I ended up making, it was 31% that trade went for. It happened right when we went off the air. It shot past our targeted move by about 6% on the 20X trade. So I was expecting to make 25%. I made 31%. So, and I was very happy with all the people that got into it because it made me happy that so many people had faith in it. So it was a beautiful trade. So congratulations to anybody who got into it. Is JMF Tracy in here? I don't know. Holding back XRP million. Bro, XRP millionaire, seriously. When Taco Wallet is dumping a couple of million every day, other people make money out of XRP are the creators selling into you guys. Holdings with respect. Do you understand what I do, don't you? I haven't lost any money on XRP. I made fucking $16,000 on 3,500 last year and sold out before it ever started dropping. So, and then I just make money leverage trading while the market's volatile. Like literally in trades for an hour or two, and that's what I do. XRP millionaire though, that comes in many forms. If you understand what you're doing. You know, I'm not losing money when everybody else is. So with all due respect, you become millionaires or you become wealthy. And I've already made a lot of money and been able to buy a lot of metals and do different kind of things and enjoy this game called life here the last few years. Because people think that you can't make money in markets like this. We're in a bear market. In a bull market, we could take that and spin it. But in a bear market, you've got to be on top. You got to be on top of your game the whole time. So I agree that with them, and we want them to dump. The point is your portfolio is 100% intact when it goes down 90%. Well, now you're spending your portfolio at 90% savings. I was able to take $10,000 out of crypto and buy metals and still be able to buy as much, if not more, than what I could have bought before. So, I mean, it's your own perspective. Now that XRP Future Millionaire, it doesn't just have to be in XRP. Those profits from XRP, putting into metals and securing that wealth, that $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 that XRP allowed me to do, and that on top of what I already own, who knows where that's going to bring us. So, anyhow, XRP. Wait a minute. What did you say, Kenny? That's what I kept doing, Redwire. I kept moving it up every 30-minute segment until it finally, I was done. You know, until it hit where I needed. And it was almost directly at the top. Kenny, glad to hear you, Tom. Just wanted to mention this to everyone, especially the XLM Max. Is your exchange that was messing you up with XRP? No, yeah, that's I believe that, Kenny, because when it's giving me 2,800 to 4,600 seconds to settle, it's ridiculous. I don't care if it's my exchange or not. I'm sending XRP, you know, and I agree with you, Kenny, because I can send something else and it goes quicker. So, you know, it's whether by fault or by, you know, doing it on purpose or whatever. Hey, what was that? Freeman 73, thanks for the 300 bits. You sent the first bits. You popped the cherry tonight. 11 minutes in. I appreciate that. We will not go unbits tonight. Now we'll see if we get any followers or new members of the T fam, but I will earn that as we go. So, let's see the market set up right now to see. I think we can get into a long trade here and ride this up. I think this is a fake out to the downside, and we're going to have a premature push up here. I really do. Because there's not enough volume pulling this down. We came all the way down with no volume. A lot of times this is an indicator. And we're right at these levels. We're right at these levels where we would have a nice reversal here. And by the end of class, I mean, you could see, man, some of these are setting up where we could set for our 20x trade. Because I like to do a trade every class now. We've hit the last 3 or 4 now. So we'll see what happens. Last night we were 3 for 3. It was fantastic. And we had to get out abandoned ship a couple times. So I'm going to take this shot. I know Jam F. Tracy isn't in here. This is a bottle he sent me. This is the Basil Hayden's. It's not the 133.3 proof like yesterday. But this one is 80 proof. So we'll get a nice cheers. And hopefully this night is profitable like the last few for all of us. Whew. It's not as spicy as the last few, but whew, that's pretty smooth. That's definitely a shooter. So, I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys... Ryan, welcome in. Good to see you in here, brother. Do you guys see what we're talking about? Do you understand the market setup? Like, we don't have a lot of volume bringing us down, but at the same time, we've got to be cautiously optimistic or aware that we have fallen down through here. But I'm going to show you something. When I was in the trade earlier, look what VeChain did twice. And I had to sit through it. But VeChain over here, it came down. We came up to 309 up here. It came down, and the 20-day came down to the 100. And I hadn't sold it here, so I had to sit through here, understanding the market setup. And then it did it again here, and I'm like, it's not done yet, because I didn't sell it here either. And then just purely by the price, by the volume and the price action, I said that's a retest up here. But now we're coming to the bottom side. We're going to have to do something very quickly. And in the next 16 minutes, if this volume stays like this very well could reverse back up one more level. I almost dare say it. It's trying to come back up and retest here on all of these. So with Bitcoin, we still haven't been able to re-break this uptrending resistance. That was support not too long ago. But now we haven't been able to break back above, and this is detrimental. The only thing is we're creating this W, and it looks like a bull flag. Am I wrong? Does this not look like a bull flag on Bitcoin? And I really want to be part of this long, if it happens. Because you're going to get a retest up here. And if we were in XRP or whichever one we decide tonight, because we're going through a bunch of them. So sit back and relax, because it's going to be interesting. I mean, that's a better than 30% trade right there. A better than 30% trade on 20x. So, I think there's an opportunity. We just got to find it. XRP, same thing. Is that not a bull flag in the 4 hour with the fake out down with all that? That's little volume. This is the same thing it was doing in the 30-minute time frame earlier. You want to try it? But you just don't want to get caught in the wrong spot. Julie's going to take a shot, too. Oh, boy.
I've been working hard. You said I get what?
I took way more than that. So you're telling me I took, like, how many shots? That's not even a shot glass. What the hell is that? Oh, my God.
Almost 2 tablespoons of liquid.
Well, I didn't take the whole thing. I took, like, half of it. Oh, boy, I'm going to be buzzed, aren't I? That's okay. The XRP future millionaire may have drank more than he thought because he was trying to talk. And
I like it.
could you bring me ice in one of those? Actually, I can do it. I don't want. I got it. But yeah, guys, what do you think? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Is that a possible hidden bull flag here? Because we haven't finished the bull. Well, I guess we have in Bitcoin. We finished it in Bitcoin. But I don't know if we finished it in XRP. I guess we did. I'll be damned. So last night I did 40% on the short and 90% on my long on Theta. However, oh my God, Redwire, yes. I did, what was it, 31% on the Theta long. And then I also rode 31 or 32% on my VeChain long today. So it was a good 2 days. I was able to cash out another I had sent $420 over to Uphold via XRP. As some of you guys seen that debacle because of the settlement time, but it got there. And then I took $400 out in cash. I've been doing that lately. So we'll see what happens. But anyhow, I welcome everybody in. Everybody who's new, everybody who's old. I appreciate everybody coming back. Thoughts on these coins for long term? BNB, XMR, Flux, 88 Dot, and Solana. That's a loaded question. I mean, some of them are going to be fine. Some of them might have issues. Flux, I mean, probably going to have issues. XMR might be around. BNB, that's another one where I don't know if it's going to stick around. ADA, Cardano's in the ISO, so it should be fine. Polkadot, I'd say more than likely going to be around in Solana. As long as they get their network under control and stop having these down with the hash rates and everything, it should be okay. It's in the long-term plan. So, I mean, ADA, Polkadot, and Solana are probably good. XMR, likely. BNB, I don't know. I think it should be around. Most of these on your list are fine. I think your list is fine. It's just, I would like to see more ISO coins in your list. I'd like to see you asking about Algo and, you know, IOTA and things like that. That's the problem with Solana. It's had a shit ton of outages. Shiba will be fine. Well, Shiba's supposed to be fine, and as long as this is all just speculation on what's going on with their creator, it should be fine. But it's part of the ISO plan and the copper level, so I mean, you would expect it to be okay, but nothing's set in stone. Like, it's not even set in stone that Ripple uses XRP in the US, so. But all right, let's see. So I mean, that's the basis of what's going on here. We haven't had a lot of volume to bring us down, but we've had multiple 30-minute candle closes under the 20 days. So we have to make a decision. Are we going to get a hammer candle here and invalidate some of this drop? Or is this going to push through? What do you guys think? Do you think we have to ultimately come up here on XRP and retest that uptrend as resistance now for the first time? Because it would make perfect sense. It would make perfect sense to have to come up there one more time. It really would. But this is a rising channel, so once it breaks the rising channel on this bearish pennant kind of formation, it's going to be a hard fall. So we're going to have to be very, very cautious, guys, if we were to take a trade tonight. It just depends which way we decide to do this. It almost looks like we have a nice setup here to maybe go long on the show, but I just don't really like doing that when we're on this part of the pattern, but we are on the support side of things right now, so that's so rough. But look, the technical target, whoops, fuck, get out of here. Thank you. So I mean, that's what we're looking at right now in the rising channel. So it's come through the 20-day. But this looks like a fake out. There's not a ton of volume coming through here. So if I was saying gut reaction would be, man, this looks like a fake out and it needs to come up one more level. There's no volume pushing us through the downside. There's little volume. Crashing volume, crashing price. Let's see if we can find one that's a perfect setup. XRP's pretty good. But look, they're all on the bottom side of the 20-day right now. So we would literally have to fight against the market right now. Wow, a couple of follows here. Flux Nodes. Thanks for the follow. And R. Salinas. Thanks for the follow as well. Your followers number. Hold on. Follower 367 and 368. I appreciate that. Follower 367 and 368. Since you're new, make sure you check my homepage here on Twitch. Click the YouTube partner page and join the more than 10,800 subscribers that I have over on YouTube. Stay up to the minute, up to the date. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. Let's see what else we have, because I want to go through Ethereum. Ethereum is on top of the 20-day. I think this could be a market-wide reversal here, because these are bull flags. It's okay. And if that's the case, we're looking at a move on Ethereum up to about 1854. Does anybody see what we're talking about here? or what I'm talking about? I really feel like that's what's going on. Solana starting that reversal as well. Solana never finished this bullish divergence, so it almost seems like a fake out to me. There's just not, but you got to acknowledge that that could be an M topping reversal starting as well. Because if you had it like this, it certainly broke outside of it. But if you were trying to draw like a true uptrend, you could say it hasn't even come to it yet. So, man, oh man. V-Chain, the one I was in. I thought V-Chain had a chance to come up here, but with class starting, I wanted to... When we finally got up here, I'm like, I'm out. Because I bought in down here at 3034. And then I sold out up here at 308, whatever it was, on average. But now we've had this pushback up. These all look like... I feel like they could be working back up into the resistance areas. That's what I really feel like. DGB would be 1127 because you're trying to buy us close. See how close to the 20-day we are right now? It is a big risk. It's very risky. XRP, and it's pushed out of these ranges. So it's a mighty pull down. So what do you guys think? Jazz Stratus, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate that. You're 369, I believe. Pizza Broth, welcome in. How are you? Algo, Wig Bust, I agree. Algo is a beast. I really do. Yep, look, absolutely red wire. Kenny, you're patiently in Algo Theta and both have had a nice run. I'm waiting for another ride up. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. What's this? Just more money? Man, DGB's in a very nice spot here. It's right above 1132. You really could have a stop loss down here at 1118. Man. I'm telling you, this market looks like it wants to go up a little bit. What do you guys think? I need a yes or no. Yes or no. Or type in long or short right here. We're in a definite funny spot here, but we're also in an opportunity spot here. I believe the whole market is waiting for us to go down. But with everything that's going to happen this week by the Fed, I think this is the last chance for the market to have a small little pump is the problem. And the more times we use 30,000 and keep bouncing back over it on Bitcoin, the more I feel like it's going to go up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I'm not saying we're going to have this huge fucking reversal or anything like that. I think going long here, though, is the play. Isn't it going to bottom at... Yeah, eventually, Flux, but that what does that have to do with the immediate short-term play here? When we're talking about going long here, that could be a literal look at this. Look at this, everybody. So let's say Litecoin, see how these are moving up, though, but let's say it's right about here. That's a 16% move on 20x right there, so that's not... We're not waiting for the market to move all the way up. It's just in this immediate short term, I believe we're going to have a little bit of a push here. Just a tiny one. Wig Bust, it's not that I hate Crypto Hawk, but I mean, I don't mind them. It's just a lot of toxicity there because he puts down a lot of his audience when he doesn't get his way. But better than most. Daniel C., thanks for the 20 bits. I really appreciate that. Look at that. Second person to donate bits tonight. How awesome is that? Yes. But look what happened on this push down though. We have less volume when we were coming down. Now, let me go back to XRP to show what I'm saying. Look at XRP. We have crashing price, crashing volume, which means we could have a short-term reversal. And I would like to be a part of this if that's what's happening. Because if we look in some of these higher time frames, in the 1 hour, we started a bullish cross here. So now if we close this candle in the 1 hour, which is only 32 minutes away, if we close over 39,495, which it looks like we pulled back up, we should be starting a bullish cross here. I think that this is going to play out more like this. And you're going to be up here at like 402 or possibly all the way up here at 408. But I think with the lack of volume to crash, to bring us down far, we're going to need more volume than this to break this level. And oftentimes when the futures open, we have these small little 1, 2, 3% moves up, maybe a little bit more. And then it just all comes unglued overnight. This is a literal 1.8% move at minimum. But as you know, that's a healthy trade when you're 20xing the market. And I'm being conservative here because it is in a tricky spot. So it takes, dissecting it a little bit and understanding which one's in the best spot. And Doge has very little volume, but it's rising every 30 minutes. So that's not necessarily a good sign for Doge, and that continues to engulf to the downside. So it is in a tricky spot. I almost think even though, if we could just get a little volume, it could dump down. That's the other thing. It's just, it looks like it would want to retest a little bit up. Man, it's so tough. It's so tough. And right now I'm not in anything. So Zill hasn't finished its bullish cross yet. And where's Zill at? 3-0. My intuition here says Zill has probably got a little bit more room to go. If I was guessing this, if I was being honest with myself, if we could get Zill, darn it, I don't think we're going to get it. It would have been the last candle. The closer to 5. Where are we at right now? Ooh, 5026. Yeah, see, damn. We missed it by 1. Man, I didn't look at Zill. We missed it just barely. That was one that was right there. Ooh, XLM, that's one that we were looking at just a little while ago. Oh, yeah. XLM's another one. That's in the daily. That doesn't look too bad. In the 30. See, this is another one where it does look like it wants to come up a little bit before it overall crashes. It's in a tricky spot. It's in the support area. You've got kind of what I would consider it's an engulfing candle to the top side. We're trying to break past here and make a move. Let's see. It looks like it's got to come back up there. But that is rounding down, so it gets dangerous here. These are all dangerous. I wouldn't advise to get in right now, I don't think. But Bitcoin is still holding 30,000. It's trying to as support. Bitcoin might be the play here. Bitcoin could be the play. You would have your stop loss down here. Let me see something. This could be a Bitcoin play tonight. Be looking at about $175 risking right now. to make. Man. My instinct says this is what I should be doing. I'm not saying I'm buying it, but this is what my instinct says. It could be completely wrong because I did take a little bigger shot than I intended. So after I took out the 425, I have 2113 left. So I think right around where I was yesterday before the run. But I'm dead serious. I'm very determined to do the exact same thing. I make money and I send it out. They do red wire. They really do. So 3-0. What the hell? Oh man, it's already going up. Never mind. Oh, that. Look at Bitcoin went up before I could even. It went up like 40 points. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I would like to get that closer to 30,000. See if another one just grabs my testicles here and says buy me. Ooh. That's an interesting one. I mean, this hasn't finished its balls crossed. This is 35.32. So let's put this down here. 35.32. This would be a real gamble to say it's going to hold this level, but you would have your stop loss at 35.01 from here. Because you wouldn't want it to break down below. Shit! Fuck. We still have a chance because it hasn't gone any higher than this yet. 35.4, so... Oh, fuck. It's all the way at the top. It's... Unless it'll come back to 35.44. Man, FTM's ready as well. Is that how all of them... Is that all of them right now? I would hope that would come back a little. C-Theta already pushed through. Ren pushed through. Ooh. Algo has not pushed through, but it's on the bottom side. Stratus isn't on there. Tezo's already... See, some of these are already showing signs of it pushing up. Quant's trying to pull up. Man, I wish we would have seen that just a second. Although it is right at 35. But from 35.5 down to here, that's a lot. We'd want it to kind of pull down here a little bit. But this is likely just about to push up. It hasn't finished this at all. Where's Shiba at? Ooh, 1087. Shiba is right on point right now. Oh, what, is Shiba not on here? Oh, here it is. But Shiba at 1-0, I'm not advising this because this is very risky. But I have to demonstrate something tonight. So 1087, but where would the stop loss be? Where the hell's Shiba? $1087-1075. Okay. It's actually not too bad. $1,001. 1087. We buy long. Dude, that TV's not on. You gotta hit play. You gotta hit play on the TV. I'll go check. Hold on. And then take profit. Stop loss. We already talked about this. 1-0. Actually, I don't know if it was all the way. So we're risking $191 is what it comes down to. This is a very risky trade, so I don't necessarily think I would advise this trade. I want to show everybody, but I wouldn't advise this trade. Because right now we're looking at the fact that it's not that I wouldn't advise it, it's just risky, but we're looking at Shiba, this being a fake out down, and then we're going to end up pulling through here and completing this bullish divergence in the 30-minute time frame. Does everybody understand what I just did here? So what I did, when I bought in just now, $1,000 at 20x. And we bought in at 1087. It's at 1086. We have our stop loss at 1076. And the reason for that is in case the market decides to drop real fast, because it's in a very dangerous spot. We're below this low right here. So we're not anticipating it to come down here. If it does, this would be a busted 30-minute. But we're getting out ahead right now that this is going to, in fact, in the next 20 minutes, end up closing over 1084. And then we're going to have an engulfing candle to the top side. That's what we're banking on. If it all goes to hell, that's why we have the stop loss. But the class was getting away from me, and it was either I find something within the market structure that I can show you guys or not. But it's just important, even if you lose money, to understand the stop loss, so it all works. Yeah, Ryan, it's not the easiest thing. Hey, JMF Tracy, welcome in. I started out, I was waiting, but I ended up taking a shot of your Basil Hayden's. Your Basil Hayden's. It's blurry. Well, you might have to restart your stream. You might have to restart your stream, my friend. So hold on, I'm going to go check, make sure everything's going good in the house. I'll be right back. See what he's playing with, Julie? Huh? No, one over here. Okay. The stop loss was set at 1076, I believe. Here, let me go back to it just to make sure because I don't want to tell you off. The stop loss was at 1076, just before that previous candle low. Only because it's so volatile, I felt comfortable doing it like this. And yes, it risked $187 approximately. But if this on Shiba ends up playing out and this plays true and this is a fake out to the downside like it looks like, We're looking for a candle close over 1084, which is why after a push out up here, the pull back down, if you're going to buy it, you got to buy it here. So it's a gamble. It's just like yesterday's with Theta. This is the exact same positioning roughly that it was in, except the futures wasn't opened yet. So that's what we're looking at. There is no guarantee here. I would say this is a clear 50-50 one here again. It's similar situation of why I bought my V-chain earlier as well. I was looking at it. It looked similar to that. It was starting to have the rally, but it was pulling back on the wick. But it was showing market, you know, a little bit of support underneath it. And it didn't look like it was ready to come all the way down. And that's how the market looks right now. Bitcoin doesn't look like it wants to give up 30,000 yet. And I've been theorizing with myself all day that this needs to come up here. So we'll lower this a little bit. And say that that's the move we're looking for. So, and I have no problem trying to ride this and gamble. So this is what I do. This is how I have my fun. I do 20x trades so I don't have to stay in the market long. It literally would be this move, and then I'm out. But do you guys understand how we went through the market setup to try to figure this out? Star, did you end up seeing the stop loss, what I was saying? Yeah, I ran up with Theta yesterday, Kenny. I had Theta from, what did we buy it at yesterday? $1.17 something, and I sold it at $1.19. And then I bought V-Chain, wrote it up, but I guess I could have just stayed in this. But I do things based on segmented. So Theta's kind of ahead now. We had I made 31% on Theta yesterday. That was our trade yesterday at the end. Hopefully Theta up a couple percent is trying to lead the rest of the market. We'll see. But everybody tuning in, I appreciate you tuning in. A couple people that sent bits tonight. I know it hasn't been an explosive night, but I do appreciate all bits sent. Looking for our first person to join the T-Fam tonight to subscribe. We've had a few followers. But does anybody have any questions? We're 8:44. I'm just curious. Does anybody have any questions?
Can I walk you home Valentine? Sure, I guess.
We've got XRP, same thing, trying to show this. It's got a bullish engulfing candle on the top side. This is what we were saying to start the class episode 40 minutes ago. It looked like the whole market was getting ready to reverse because we didn't have enough volume to push us down. It's kind of what it looked like to me when the class or episode started here tonight. Algo was the same thing, Kenny. Algo, it's at a spot where if you buy it, you're anticipating this to move up, and this is a nice engulfing candle to the top side. You want to buy it as close to 39.45 as you can, and right now it's right there. So you'd have to make your decision on it, but it has an engulfing candle, broke the old 30-minute high. So we're looking for a close over that. But Algo's in a slightly different spot, mind you, than Shiba, because Algo's already finished that bullish cross, bullish divergence. Shiba hasn't. Shiba's trying to prove that it can continue on one more level and do what the rest of the market did. It's got an inverted head and shoulders. So we have our stop loss in case it breaks down. But what you're playing here is a move like this. Yeah, that's what you're playing. Just a small move. Doesn't have to be great. But if it pans out, this would be a better than 30% trade as well. But it's just as risky as last night. And look at Theta still today if you're in it. But like when you're 20x trading, you have your move, and then you can look at the market again if you decide to get out. But don't be married to anything, and a 20x trade is fat. There's been a lot of ups and downs on Theta. It just didn't get there. A lot of people got stopped out both ways on Theta up to this point. So it's really a game of inches, a game of chances. We have Ethereum. We're still watching. At the beginning, we said that we should have a targeted move like this. We have that bullish engulfing candle. The market is trying to show us that it needs to come up just a tiny bit, but be careful. After this level, I don't know if it's got any more left in the tank. We have about a 2% move, approximately market-wide, and then we'll decide from there. But if we move into this next stage, it definitely could be a little bit more of a gain. I acknowledge that. But I want everybody to be very careful, and these are the levels where, again, it's another opportunity. But as fast as you see it up here, is as fast as this market can shift the other way, so you have to have your stop losses in. Just make sure you know what you're doing with the stop losses. Okay, so that's the trade, obviously. So let's go through a little bit of the market here. XDC, we're in the pattern right now. We're in a bear flag. We're in an ascending triangle in the smaller pattern. We're looking to, let's see, the volume's so low on this breakdown, and we're holding the uptrend. It looks like we could have a sneaky reversal here. We're at least going to come back up and retest. See, the whole market looks like it's trying to come back up and retest a little bit. It'll be interesting to see where some of these candles end up at 9 o'clock. But the market doesn't look like it has enough volume to push us through yet. Looks like we still have to play out these patterns. Like with support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support, support. Like we're playing these patterns out. So this pattern's not complete yet. Most of the market is exactly the same way. Our patterns are not complete yet. So we look at H bar. Same thing. We're riding the 20-day still. And this looks like it's still got further move up. And if this continues up, now we look in the farther patterns. The 45 we're being supported on. The 1 hour we've already completed and being supported on. The 2 hour time frame, we have a 20 crossing the 50, and now we're trying to cross 100. This looks like we could still have another layer up. There's enough pressure up. When we tried to sell out, we had very little volume when we were selling out. So if you're looking at this, this is an inverted head and shoulders. You can see it in a lot of these patterns. You got the W reverse, I got this. Now the question is do we do that? But we already came down and bounced the 20 days. So we've already done what we need to do to retest it. So there's a very big chance that we are going to go up from here. Just a small amount. Absolutely, Redwire. That's exactly it. Yeah, Brian. Every single month I buy gold and silver. Mostly silver right now, but every single month I don't worry about the price. I've been doing it for 4 years. I don't, because if you worry about the price, you never buy it. It's a good time now. We haven't had a big bull run of any kind in gold and silver. It's a fantastic time. What the hell? Bitcoin just went up to 30,300. It already filled out my technical target from the start of class. Look at that. That's crazy. I was being conservative, but I knew it had to come up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's making a small push up right now. Shiba's moved up a little bit too since we bought it. A tiny bit. We got an hour and 8 minutes left on this 2 hour candle. Right now, Shiba is doing what we want it to. We're still looking for a nice candle close here. We got a nice push in volume to break the 30-minute candle volume before. So, I mean, if we're playing this, this is how we wanted it to move right off the bat. That's why it intrigued me at 1085 or 1087, wherever the hell it was at. But it also is warranted a real tight stop loss here.
Hey, Rusty, you want some snow, man?
You're at your bailout point, Kenny? Okay. So if you're at your bailout point, what I always do now if I get to my bailout point, I take any profit. So let's say I have a $1,000 trade and I'm up $300. I sell out $300 worth, 30% of my position.
What was I on?
I sell out anything over. So if I put in $1,000 and it's like it's my bailout point, any profit. So if there's $1,300 in value, I take that out, $300.
Chocolate out. See?
Because then you have that money guaranteed even if it goes down.
None more memorable than Sideshow Rocky.
We've got... I like going through all of these. I like going through them all. So Matic. See, Matic is back testing right now. And if I can get back in here, it's an engulfing candle on the top side. We're trying to get back in here on the daily, but these are good daily candles right now to start on some of these. See the daily on Matic? They should all be. See the daily on XRP? They're engulfing to the top side. So this could finally be our retest, our overzealous retest to come back up here with XRP to 41.7. Just for the hell of it with Shiba. If this is a push-up and this is the end of this and it ends up pulling up, I don't know if it's going to get up there, but this could finally be the back test of here as resistance. We haven't back tested these yet at all after the busted support. And oftentimes, like I said before, you come up and back test them as resistance before you can fall down any farther. And I don't make the rules. That's just what happens a lot. So the more I start leverage trading, the more I've been teaching you guys, I've been learning a lot. Just as I've been teaching as well. So that's why I see something, I'm like, oh, this might be a good spot. Something I would have never thought about for a 2% trade. But now because you're leveraging at a 20x, you're like, okay, well, 2% is 40%. If I can make $300-400 a trade, you know, I'm all about that.
Well, she didn't reckon with the awesome power of the chief of police. Now, where did I put my badge?
Yep, that's another way to look at it too, Kenny.
Come on, give it back. I need it.
Yes, sir, Red Wire. Yeah, KJB, it looks like it's making a move now. It really does. Hey, Salamanda, what's going on? I hope you're still in here. I didn't intentionally miss your comment, but I was getting into a roll going from chart to chart to chart trying to figure out this market structure. I think we've got a good grasp on it. T-Fuel. We're going to redraw this out for anybody who likes T-Fuel. I can go through all of these. You know, I just kind of randomly do. But T-Fuel, you can see that these look like they're on bear pennants in the daily, so we have to be careful. It's just, it looks like we're trying to retest in the shorter time frames. That's it. That's all this means. So let's see what we have. There's a W right there as well.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful evening of theater and picking up after yourselves.
That's beautiful. This is a beautiful pattern here with T-Fuel. It's absolutely spectacular because it's not making you guess at all. This is a beautiful one to draw out. Now, if we can break out of this, your targeted move would be about here at 662 for Theta Fuel. So it's had a nice little push up here, though. It's showing the rest of the market, too. This volume hasn't been great on this push up, but that's a nice engulfing candle there. So that's what I'd be paying attention to in the immediate short term. In the much wider pattern, we're on a bull flag still. And it's doing a lot like what we... But this is going to end up being busted, I think. I don't think this plays out. Yeah, I don't know. After the small retest, this likely is going to come back down. This isn't going to... With the rest of the market, there's no way this is going to hold. I don't see it. The big question, though, right now is what is Bitcoin doing? Started that weekly cross, as we've talked about. But we do have a little bit of possibility of pulling up a little bit here on the weekly. But that's still a lot of pressure to the downside. We could come up to about 30,600 area, which is why we're seeing the small push up back. So, Tether's holding even. The total crypto market cap's up 1.13%. There's nothing good in the weekly. It's just the immediate short term. We're showing an immediate short term move. That's it. And this could either be up to 1.24 or 1.247, or it's going to come up to 1.29. But this is nothing to get all excited about, because by Tuesday or even Monday, you know, this is going to reverse back down. So if you are in something and you get a nice push up real quick, don't be afraid to take your profits. Because these 20x leverage trades are not for the faint of heart, and they're not meant to be anything more than that. You're not getting married to the position is what I'm trying to say. Litecoin, if Summer's in here, Litecoin made a nice bounce back up into the rising channel. So if you're holding a position here, this is good news for the immediate short term. Just the immediate short term, though, because we came back into the areas we needed to. So now you're looking to hold a support here, but in the 30-minute, we haven't completed the bullish divergence yet. So now your next logical move, if it's going to come test this again, is $65.45. So we'll see if it can get past the resistance at $64.35. But it does look like overall the market is trying to push back up a little bit. So we've got to be cautiously optimistic. But we know it's going to reverse down after. It's just, how high can we go? Is this the push for XRP? Where it finally pushes back up into this top row. We've already finished this little channel here. But we've long said we thought this was going to break up. And possibly up to here. And then it's going to violently probably break down. But it's got to trap people. So you always look for the trap element. And the trap element says we got to go up a little bit. So, I don't know what we bought Chiba for. I guess I better check. We got in at 1087, so we're up 9.87% or $96.41 since we bought in. So far so good. But that's why I was saying when it was at that positioning. So it's at 9 o'clock, guys. I don't want to end the stream, but it is. We've done our hour. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. The couple people that donated bits, I appreciate it. We were unable to get a new member of the T-Fam, which is a shame. But that's okay. We had a few people donate. You know, it was a fun class. I think we got a lot of information out here. And I do appreciate each and every one of you who tuned in. Last second, would anybody like to say anything the last second? Buying gold over spot. You have to buy gold over spot. That's the deal, brother. You got to buy it over spot. You're not going to get metals at spot price. The only guarantee is you can sell it at spot price. No. No, sir, Ryan. That is not bad. Everybody's got to do it. Everybody's got to do it, unfortunately. Hey, Pizza Brat, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub. That's your 23rd gifted sub, and you gifted it to Sports Pro 76. How generous of you is that? No, absolutely not. I'm actually going to be buying in the next in the next week for my daily purchase. It's a great time. Because gold still, even right now, it's at 1851. Strong possibility that this completed this little divergence here. Now we're going to round back up. Now, even if we come back down, I'm happy. If it comes down here, I'll be happy. I'll buy it at 1830 and then. But I've been buying gold and silver. Not for as long as, you know, the seasoned veterans. But I've been buying gold and silver. It's been about 4 years now. 3-4 years. So we can go back to 19. It was at $1,400 an ounce. Down to about 13. High 12s is the lowest I ever bought it. And there I'm like, man, it's kind of high, but I wish. But now when you look at it, my purchases in 2019 seem they seem pretty damn good now, huh? It's a long, steady grind. But with inflation and everything else, this money from down here at $1,250, you know, my gold is up fucking 45% that I bought from there. That's fantastic. So I don't pay attention to the daily grind of... And yeah, I even bought some up here because every month I buy some. So there was... Oh no, I never bought it over 2,000. That's when I stopped buying it. But then when it got back down to 1,900, I started buying it again. But I was buying silver. You know, I've been buying a lot more silver because the ratio is out of control. It's like 83 to 1 or 85 to 1. But by the same token, I've been buying silver since it was down at 1380, 1385. And now what are we at? $22? And it's different than having stock because I'm not actively trying to sell it. So yeah, this is up better than 55% the silver I bought in the beginning, but some of it's not. Some of it's barely up. But I buy it all the time.
You gonna spin and fall down. There you go.
Ryan, that's not a apples to apples question. 100 grams of gold is going to cost you a hell of a lot more than 100 grams of silver. But I would go with the 100 grams of silver because when the ratio gets tighter, you can transfer that silver into gold if you really want to. Take that silver at any pawn shop even or any straight dealer and you'll be able to do it. XRP just went over, guys, 40 cents. So this could get interesting. So out of curiosity, before I log off, who got into that Shiba trade? Who got into the Shiba trade? There's still 33 people left. I know like 10 people left when I said I was getting off, but that's okay. I don't really care.
Why are you saying that? Just scrolling with your mind.
Okay, go put it in the garbage.
I've grown a futuristic tomato by fertilizing it.
Yes, Red Wire, absolutely. 100%. And I have like 5 ounces of gold to over 400 ounces of silver, so I agree with your philosophy. Because if you look at that, that's just over 5 to 1 just on the 400 to, 5 ounces. No, Kenny. You never flip. It's on the same move. I never condone flipping on the same move. You stay where you're at. Okay. Ryan, it's a learning process. Stop putting yourself down. I once
Think of all
had...
the money that you used to lose.
I still lose money.
Well, I'm just saying, you used to lose money a lot.
I did. Julie knows. It was painful in the beginning because I'm trying to learn all this. And then what happened a lot of times, Julie, I was up, but what did I do? Sell it, right?
You would sell because you'd get antsy and scared.
No, that was when I was down. No, I had the balls of steel. When I was down, I had the balls of steel. But when I was up, I would never want my money, apparently.
Margins.
Oh, yeah, using the margin and getting margin called, that was fun. That was real fucking fun. Yeah, thanks for reminding me of the shitty days, Julie.
Hey, it's a learning.
But that was only 3.5, 4 years ago. I wouldn't buy junk silver either.
You're not perfect.
That's when it's valued at like 60% silver, or 80 or 90%. But they sell it to you at, you gotta buy it at a premium, and I agree, it's not worth it. So what do you think, guys? The ones that are here, guys and gals. JW says he loves you, Jules.
Why?
Huh? Because you're busting my balls. No.
It's my job.
Ryan. Junk silver is literally anything that's not true silver at 100% or 999 silver. So it can still be But it's got like 60% silver, and then it's got a whole bunch of shit put into it. It's only 60% of it's silver, so to try to sell it, you're going to have to find somebody who wants to deal with junk silver. I would just stay with straight. I wouldn't be dicking around. Oh, man, look at DGB. Son of a bitch. Remember in the beginning of this class I was debating whether to buy DGB? DGB, once again, would have made me huge profits if I would have just went there instead.
What happens when you don't follow your gut?
No, I'm doing fine, though, Julie. What do you mean? I followed my gut. It took me to Shiba. No, the problem was is DGB had already made its move over the 20-day. So it was more of a risk. Shiba's still attempting to make that move, so it could still make all of that move.
You left this phone button.
I don't know what... Julie, do you want to know what the Shiba trade's at? The Shiba trade, we're up 15.39% or $150.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. $132 now. 13.55%. So it's going in our direction, so... I think we made a good trade. It's just we need the market to finish doing what I was seeing. If the market finished doing what I'm seeing, and Shiba goes up to like... makes that targeted move, and look, that 30-minute candle is over. It's doing what we want. I'm hoping Shiba makes this bullish cross. And then we at least, at minimum, would come up to here at 1098, which I think we'd break that. I'm really looking for a targeted move up to about 1110. I'd be a very happy man if it comes up to 1110. Very happy. And I know anybody who's in the trade and who's up 15% right now is happy as well. We're up 15% in 30-something minutes. But it hasn't got to where we want. So we need this to continue on. We've got to have the balls and the patience, the testicular fortitude. But now there's no reason to have the stop loss any higher than 18 or any lower than 1080. And understanding the market setup, there's no reason for me to still have my stop loss. Where do I have it at? Where the hell do I have my stop loss? 1076. So technically I should up it to 1080. But I kind of want to let the market do what it's doing, because you see how it's coming down on the 20-day. And this is where it's the up and down, up and down. But I'm glad we have the flexibility in the room here right now. So let's see. So what we want is this 20-day, this candle in the 30-minute time frame to close over 1094 would be ideal. We have gotten up to 1095, but we're currently at 1093. So it's very tight. It's pushing up appropriately. So what I'm going to do, because I want to teach you guys proper technique, is get rid of the stop loss. That's not proper technique, but we have to do it to do what I got to do. So the technical spot where I should have this is 1080. So right now it would still cost us $119. But we don't want to short sell us out of this trade if we were to come back and back test. But we know we can come down here. We shouldn't come through here. So that gives us plenty of room down here. But the reason I did it down here was just so we didn't get caught. But now that it's moved up a little bit, 1080 is the approximate spot where we should have it. Just in case the market does push down real quick. We don't want to get hammered here. But we're in a $1,000 trade, roughly. I think it was 900 and... Oh, well, we lost 1172 on the buy-in. So it was about $1,000. And we're up 11.71% or 114.39. We bought in at 1087. It's at 1093. It's a 20x trade. But it varies. It varies. Right now it says it's 17.9x. But as you can see, I do $1,000 trades. And every single class, if you're new here, episode, we go through a trade. And yesterday we had the Theta trade, and it made us 31%. And then I got into V-Chain, which made 30-something% as well today. And now we've got this trade for today's trade. But Theta, if I would have stayed in, is hammering it. But I'm not mad because I've made the percentages that I could have made on Theta. Maybe not as much, but I've made it in other trades. Yeah, woo. Theta's gone nuts.
Don't worry, Homer. I have a foolproof strategy to get you out.
but it's gone through many levels. So after I sold out of that, I went into VeChain earlier. And VeChain even, I don't know if it's over where I sold it or not. Yeah, VeChain's starting to move up now as well. This is the finish of that move. And you see how I go from one and then I wait until I find another one. So the whole market's it's making me feel better about this this Shiba trade, because now if Shiba finishes its move, this has more room to go than a lot of the other ones. So we're going to see if this turns out to be very profitable or it just ends right here. So, but that's what I got, guys. If you want to send a bid or whatever, follow, or do whatever you want to do. Do it now or forever hold your peace, because I've got to go. But I thank everybody for tuning in. Not having to go while I am. You're notorious for getting out early. Kenny, I'm notorious for getting out with proper gains. I'm at a 20x trade. I got to get out when I got to get out. I have targeted moves. But remember, in the last 24 hours, I've made 31% on Theta. I've made 31% or 30% on VeChain. And now I've made, what is it, 13 to 15% as well already on the Shiba trade. So, but I agree, I do get out early. I tend to get out before the move's completed because I don't want to get caught with my pants down. But I'm always targeting the next move as well. So, but I can't disagree with what you're saying. Honestly. But by getting out like that, because I sense little weird things, it also keeps me from hitting the losses. You know, that I used to hold too long as well. So I'd rather get out of something a little too early than hold it too long, if that makes sense. But it's also, it's easy to look at now. But on a 20x trade, that VeChain, I had a liquidation price and it would have liquidated me right after I sold out a couple hours later, and then it made this move. So I would have had to have the testicular fortitude twice. But now you see what I did with Shiba. So if Shiba makes the move, you know, it'll just cap this off. It would cap it off. It really would. This would cap it off. And I'm appreciating the fact that getting a little bit better at the buy-in spots here too, right on the spot, right? We waited 33 minutes in the class episode today. And you see what happened. We got it at 1087 on Shiba. Now it's at 1097. It's been, what, 40 minutes. So, but it's obviously something we've got to pay attention to. It would be a good news if we continue this momentum in the next 15 minutes, and then we push past this regional high at 1098. If we get a close over 1098, it'd be fantastic that maybe we can move to here. So, doo-da, doo-da, you're the fuckers, yes you are, oh, doo-da, you're the fuckers, yes you are, doo-da, doo-da. He's the fuckers, yes he is, oh, doo-da-da, oh, doo-da-da, oh, doo-da-da. You're the fuckers, yes you are, oh, doo-da-da. He's sitting up here with me. He's been sitting on my lap. Okay. Doo-da, doo-da, you're the fuckers, yes you are. My son decided to crash the party, guys. You are, doo-da, doo-da. He the fuckers, yes he is, oh, doo-da-da, oh, doo-da-da, oh, doo-da-da. You're the fuckers, yes you are, oh. So I make up songs to his toys. Anybody who's a parent understands. He the fuckers, yes he is, oh, doo-da. So, but I gotta get going, guys. Let's one more check on our trade before I check out. And remember, stop loss is... Ooh, now we're up 20.91%. Ooh, $222. 22%. So far it's going in a good direction. It's time to... We can't move the stop loss up yet until this candle closes, though. Well, we could. Now it's up to 11. See, it broke this area. Fantastic. This is fantastic how it broke the area now. So 1085 is the minimum move up we could do for the stop loss. So 10, it's at 108. We could move it up to 1085 just in case. That's a $29 loss right now. If it were to come down. I'm not anticipating taking a loss, but that's in case we get some weird market fluctuation. But right now we're up 22.75% or $222. But I know there's some people who made this trade, which is why I've stayed on a little bit longer. But that's what I'm looking at. That's what we're seeing. And the targeted move out of this to take profit, it's just been a delayed move. But if we get the full weight of the move, you should be getting out right when we get around 1126 area. Maybe a little lower than that. I want to start it from where it actually pushed back up so we don't get trapped. We'll say anywhere around 1118 is where the take profit area, and you should be getting out of this trade. If we can get up there, we got in at 1087. If we could get out up here, that would be about a 50% trade. Be about a 50% trade. And I don't know anybody who would be opposed to that. And it's already been a good trade. Some people might already get out, and I can understand that. But it's going to run in us. There it is. There it is, guys. There it is.
Over there. Behold the flying machine that will carry me, Phileas Fogg, around the world in 80 days.
Now it's up to 1106. So now it's finished the top part of this move. So now all of a sudden we're up $348. So take this off. So now it's gone up 33.8%. So market close. 25%. Because I'm taking my $330 theoretically. So let's see what we have back. So let's see. So we have 1,000. Okay, see, so I took the overhead. We took the overhead out of here right now. We took the 25%, and we're up 37.48%. As you know, we're up higher than just the 246, but this is what I do. So when people ask me when it gets up a certain percentage, how do I get out? This is how I do it. So we have more volume coming in. But we've got to take our profit as it's coming in. So that's 30-something%. So now we still have $1,000 in the trade, but I've taken 25% out, which was the profits. So we're up 35.64%. It's almost it's over probably $400, the total price now, because we cashed out some of it. We have $1,435 on the side, which means I have $2,435 in value, which is over $300 more than when we started. So just pay attention, be alert. And if anybody's in this trade, it's been spectacular. I wouldn't necessarily short it just yet. I'm still waiting for this position to finish out here. And it's basically... Now we're waiting for this to push up. And I would like to have this position with less than $500 in it for the final part of the move. And guarantee myself something. Because I could see it doing this. We could also move up higher. We don't know. But the thing is we could also push down very fast. because we are in a weird spot. This is the technical move up that we were talking about, and it's fulfilled this targeted move on Bitcoin. So now is a dangerous area on some of these. Now, you could very easily come down and retest. So now it comes down to, what are we thinking here? So I knew it could be a quick move, but now I've got to be conservative. I've got to do this properly, because what I'm trying to do at the end of this is, right now I have enough almost to take what I want to take out. If I could get this up to $2,500 again, I could take out another $400. We're dangerously close to that. So what I need this to show is $1,065, and I could take out another $400 tonight, and then be back at $2,100. This is the game I play, guys. That's what I do. I'm not joking. This is all I do. And you see, I didn't buy a bunch of them, even though they looked like they were decent. But Shiba was the one that caught me. Shiba was the one that looked like it was doing what I wanted. So now we got to pay attention. Now in no way am I going to want to be in this trade if it were to break back down into here. But 1085 still the appropriate level. We've got more volume coming in, but there's not a lot. So do I have any doubt that this can go much higher? No. But it's getting towards my limit. It's why I took out 25%. And actually, where it's at up 35%, I would not be happy with myself if I didn't close out 25% more. Now I have 1683 on the side. I've got 752 in a position. Still up 37.48% because it's going up a little bit. But now it's starting to become more in my favor. I'm cashing out my profit. And everybody needs to learn this. Everybody. This is the most important part of 20x trading. It really is. So I'm going to log off, guys, but I hope you found this valuable. Stay blessed, everybody, and have a good night.